Good morning. My name is John Walzer. I'm the Executive Director of the Town of Islip Industrial Development Agency. And we are here this morning, March 2nd, 2022, at 11 a.m. To hold a public hearing for the project known as Venture One Acquisitions. As required, we are live streaming today's public hearing. However, our buildings are open and this public hearing is open for the public to attend in person. If you're tuning into the live stream and would like to participate in today's meeting, the call-in directions can be found below the video screen, hopefully. If not, I'll give them to you now. The call-in number is 631-490-9050. The conference number is 1040, and the password is 24816. All right, rather than read the public hearing, the notice of public hearing in its entirety, instead I will just offer a brief summary of the project. Venture One Acquisitions involves the purchase of a 5-acre parcel of vacant industrial land on the northeast corner of Vets Highway and First Avenue in Bohemia, New York, and the construction of an over 75,000 square foot industrial building at the site. This project represents a $21 million capital investment and promises to produce many construction-related jobs during the development phase and a minimum of 20 long-term jobs after completion. The agency contemplates providing financial assistance to this project in the form of exemptions from mortgage recording taxes, state and local sales taxes, and property taxes, all consistent with the policies of the agency. That's a summary of the project. I'll now open this hearing up to anyone who would like to participate and or comment on the project. If there are no questions or comments at this time, we'll hold the meeting open until approximately 11:30. Muted over there?
I think it's on. Turn the mic off. The mic is on mute on that. It's beautiful.
Thanks, Garrett.
Garrett, can you hear us?
I thought I was on mute.
Yeah, well, they were very tasty that day. That was when we made the website, right? No worries.
Where are the flags? What happened to the flags?
They're in my garage.
We brought them to that day.
Should we do a take two on this? Do we need the flags up?
We do need those. That's nice.
That's hysterical. They're in my garage. My wife's like, these flags. I'll bring them on. They look awesome in my living room.
Check my emails. We have ARPA at 3:30.
I think that's the next thing.
That's a power.
Yeah, so
Might as well. It's really disturbing. It's not refreshing. Some good contacts at that meeting.
Oh, good.
Trying to get the credit union to make the Iceland Town Recreation card credit or debit card. So they'll pay for that instead of the town. And then when you go to make golf reservations, you use it. It goes against the card, so it's cashless. You lose shrinkage. Temporary people would stay cash in the booths.
You what, did you hear the story?
That one. The county had a problem with that.
Cohaven got robbed
All right.
maybe 2 years ago. So this chick's working there, and they got robbed again.
Probably every day.
So it's like $1,500.
Yeah, it's not
And then she's like, yeah, these black guys came in and pushed me around, took all the money out of the register. You know, it's a shame that these video cameras don't work. Oh, he's like, we'll see about that. Fucking video cameras work.
Oh, so you got to see that.
Tuesday and the whole thing. They brought her in. They're like,
It's a common problem.
yeah, I think they fired her, but she gave them money back. They didn't press charges.
They had a guy in the county.
Yeah, I really want to.
Did you miss me? Is that why you had to come over and say hello?
Totally.
Yes, I know. I know.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
You come back here
Couldn't wait to get back.
Oh.
Couldn't wait to get back and see you.
to town. If you have any expenses that you could just
How do I need to go over with you mileage. Should I do that or no?
just tell me how much mileage,
Okay.
and then it's a calculation, and then I'll do it.
I guess it would just be the mileage from, would I calculate them? I went from Vermont to the conference.
Okay. I gotta find out how much.
Okay, and then I went Albany to home.
Okay. So let me find out how much it is, because it's probably different from last year. The
Okay.
percentage.
I thought it was it 35 cents a mile?
Oh, no, it's way
I don't know.
Is it?
It's up, it's like
Yeah.
50 something cents now.
So I'm gonna find out the
Oh, that'd be-
amount and not.
Yeah, might as well.
County
I've never done it, so let's do it.
Oh, get them for everything.
Yeah.
It's like 58 cents per hour.
Really?
They wrote it up at the price of fuel that time, the IRS.
I've never
And,
submitted that.
and your gas, so make sure I get the receipt for your gas and any food.
Per diem.
You didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
won't have a gas receipt. I mean, I could pull it off my debit card.
Whatever, you can get it reimbursed.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's awesome.
all right.
These things too confusing? These slides, right? If you were to look at this, is that too confusing? I gotta show it to Tracy and Angie and them about this Penguin building.
Go back to the first one. You doing that today or not?
Probably gonna have to do it Monday because I'm out of time now at 11. So.
Oh,
So this is two different processes, right? This is the county's way of doing grants. The middle is sort of common areas between both systems, and the other side is how the town does it right now. You'll notice that the town makes you do a resolution twice. They make you do one before you apply for the grant, you have to get approved, then you can submit the application, and they also make you want to do one to accept the money if you are awarded the grant. Where the county does it internally until they accept the money, then they do an accepting resolution. So it's a more streamlined, direct process, which follows the state's plan. Town of Islip sort of follows a modified Nassau County plan. That's the way they do it as well. The danger with doing the town way is that if you do a grant pre-application resolution, then the town board knows you're doing it. If you do it the county way, the legislature or the town board doesn't know until after you apply for the grant. So I don't know if she's trying to be, sometimes you don't want the board competing, or throwing their weighing in on your grant process, which can happen in the town process. It doesn't happen in the county process because it goes right through the executive office. Then when you get the money, it gets approved. Kind of hard to say no to when you are accepting money. So that's the difference, which is portrayed in these different flow chart symbols. I'll explain it to them better, but they know their own process. So. But anyway, the touch point here is the grant. They want to make a grant tracking system. And since they're already doing a pre-application before they do that first resolution, that will be the first touch point, which will force the grants tracking system without having to do double work on anybody internally. Kind of a good way to do it. So this is the pre-authorization form that they currently have, and they only just discovered because the guys in IT were very secretive about it. But I did find it, and that has the same elements as the grants tracking system that was developed. And so this is the county's version of it. It's more linear.
I apologize again, so it's 0.585, and I'm gonna leave this sheet for you to fill out on your desk.
okay, great. 585.
So this is an example of how the one we did in the county, and this is showing one for the police department because they do a lot of grants. The beauty of this one is it integrates with the financial system, and so it tracks the process through when you apply for the grant, when you accept the grant, and then going forward spending down against the grant, which is nice. Which is kind of what you want to get to in the grants tracking system, because you have to provide reports to the funding agency.
Who's
So-
the biggest grant applicant in the town?
Seems like planning. Planning seems to be the funnel for all their grants. Where in the county, they have a Department of Federal and State Aid who coordinates. They seem to have they seem to have sort of a distributed grants application system, which is why it's kind of the Wild West of grants applications.
So if Parks applies for a grant, it would go through planning?
Or they can do it in a vacuum and not tell anybody and then compete for the same grant against somebody else, which is the problem. That's why they want to do the grants tracking system. I could apply for a grant without anybody knowing it until I get to that resolution. And at that point, the town board sees both competing for the same grant, right? And they go, that's in my district. I'm going to vote yes for this one. That's the danger there. Angie might want to do this one, but these town board guys.
Where, again, it's being
That's the
decided in the supervisor's office.
Usually that's how you do it in most governments.
Who's going to apply?
Right. You want to coordinate.
Well, that is
grant.
efficiency.
No,
It's more
101.
efficient. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's growing like this.
The right hand should know what the left hand's doing.
And you can be sneaky here and do like a special interest grant. And nobody will know about it until it's public at that hearing. And that's the problem. So you want to do that before it gets to that resolution
Yeah, so no one looks like idiots, and no one gets caught with their pants down.
and does what the supervisor wants to do in that way. who knows what special interest group. wants
Well, there, to your point, there's a bias, right? A conflict
Yeah,
of interest
that's
for
the
the town,
Might not be best for the whole.
for the
town,
council
but
person
It
to,
might be great for Sable, but
Right.
you might wanna do the convention center with the same money, you know?
what are you hearing on the convention center?
I was thinking that as he was talking, because the county wanted to do that, and they wanted to do it, remember the old Windwatch Hotel? Islandia, I guess it is, right by Cablevision and Motor Parkway.
Is it the house?
That's a natural for a convention center. The problem with convention centers here are the cost to run a convention. I used to go to a lot of conventions for 30 years. And they were always in places, wonderful places, about half the price of Long Island. We did one convention on Long Island and it was just astronomically cost. Hotel rooms were too expensive, food was too expensive, entertainment was expensive. We go to like Nashville or any of the places that are common convention sites, Atlanta, Nashville, Houston, you know, New Mexico, Arizona, Tucson, we go, Colorado, half the price. Because the cost of living here is very expensive, you know. If they could work that out and get, you know, some kind of a tax break on hotel rooms, then yeah, you could definitely do it.
I think Vegas and,
Vegas they don't like to do because it's not attractive thanks to, you know, what is it called, Sarbanes-Oxley,
Sarbanes-Oxley.
because it can be connotated as you're gambling there, as a junkie. So they don't do a lot of Vegas. They used to do Disney World. We stopped doing Disney World for that same reason. It's like entertainment. But if you go to these other, like ours would be good because there is really no entertainment. You know?
Right, people could go golf and do whatever they
Yeah,
want,
but
but
it's not like,
it's not like,
oh, you went to Vegas on a junkie.
Yeah.
You went to Hop On. Okay, you know, that's one good thing. I was gonna ask her, maybe you know this, remember that beach, Barrett Beach on Fire Island? Do you know who owns that beach now? It used to be Town of Iceland.
No.
I was thinking, if there was a way to put like a little, even a campground or a hotel, that's a destination, because there is no place to stay on Fire Island right now.
well,
And
Ocean
they have
Beach has some
sewers.
spots.
I know that's not in this town.
No, it's
That
its own
one
village.
is.
Well, it's funny, it's in this town, but it's its own village.
Yeah, it's its own entity. But let me tell you, that would be ideal. Davis Park has boat slips that you can stay for a week like camping, which is nice. But Iceland doesn't have anything on Fire Island. It does have sewer though, because Barrett Beach had a pavilion, a restaurant, you know, like a snack shop and a bathhouse.
Mhm.
So it's ready to roll on that, and it's got boardwalk. They have a cement ferry dock they put in, with no ferries. You make that an Iceland Town campground, that's money in the bank right there. Have a contractor run it, like the county does.
Well, or like the marina at Atlantique.
Have a concessionaire run it. So it's revenue for the town, and it's a destination for people. Everybody's, you know, that's the whole strength, right? Boating and all that stuff, but you can't do anything on Fire Island right now.
Yeah, the big camping one is Watch Hill.
Watch Hill, Smith Point, it's a huge one.
Smith Point has a campground?
On the beach too, the outer beach. County gets buku revenue for that, it's booked solid.
I'm sure.
Big money on that. And they get a lot of
Well, and
money.
any of the campgrounds that are here in the town are state, like Heckscher and,
Extra's good with, if you wanna go on the outer beach, Hither Hills and Montauk is a big,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's dry camping.
Sears Bellow,
Right.
Hither Hills.
Dry camping is, they give you like a common water source, but no site sources and no electric, so it's an easy thing to throw up.
Yes.
You just map out 12 by 12 and you do tent camping.
Mhm.
I bet you that would, there's no real cost to the town. They could instantly sell that from, you know, Memorial Day to Labor Day and beyond. Have you seen the amount of people that, you know, go to Davis Park? It's ridiculous. It's a mob scene over there.
I've been at Davis Park, gosh.
And they have
Okay.
one thing. They have that one restaurant, a casino, and they have a small motel, maybe 8 rooms,
Mhm.
and it's packed. So, and Smith Point, you can't get a campsite. I know you can't go all the time.
Yeah.
With RV or on the beach, and you can drag your RV onto the beach. This would be accessible by ferry or boat in Iceland. It's a small one, but it's a start, and that'll be another attraction for people. You can probably get $50 a night. Ridiculous, I know, but you can definitely get that on Fire Island. And it's connected to the National Seashore by that sunken forest.
How would you get there?
By ferry.
Yeah, but does the ferry go there?
It's got a brand new dock, so you probably make a deal with whoever runs the ferries from Sable. Stein used to go there. That's another route for him. So I would say that Yeah, if you have a destination, it's like you build it, they will come. Even if you did 2 a day.
Yeah.
He's already going, you know, the next beach over, so
Right,
it's just one more stop.
Yeah.
And you know who's gonna go there, you do pre-advance, you know, you have a boatload, go. You could also throw mooring slips out there and have them do boat camping, like Davis Farm does. Little revenue idea.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, nobody cares about this shit, but anyway, the grant tracking. So, that's the system right there, that's what I'm trying to develop with these guys. This is already done. That's the intake form. You can add your documents for the grants. You do reporting. What I wanna do is combine the 2 systems of the pre-approval form and the grant tracking database they just developed, create the enterprise GTS grant tracking system all at once, so it's a one-stop shop, one entry form. Then we create the dashboards from all the grants that are applied.
And they don't have a grant tracking system currently, right? It's just manual through
It's
planning.
an Excel spreadsheet if they do it. So
They don't do
it's
it?
already done.
Oh, I've never
I've
seen
already
it.
created it, that's what I was doing. So it's ready to roll, I just gotta show it to them. And then you create these kind of reports for management so you can see what's being applied for and the tracking of each one to spend down. Pretty much it.
Oh, you did a whole PowerPoint for them, huh?
It's good, not bad, right? I
Really
just
good.
wanted to run it by you so it's understandable what I'm saying right with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, you'll be there to walk them through it. You
Well, yeah,
know?
but sometimes you make these documents too complicated with text stuff. You know, like that one we were watching there, people get, I try to keep it short. You know, under 15 minutes is your sweet spot for PowerPoint.
I think they'll be captivated, you know? Did you go over with John or not?
No, it's a separate thing. You know, I will if he was interested. I would. I didn't mean that any way. But he's more focused on business.
Yeah.
I have another one I'm doing. If you guys are interested, I wanted to ask you if you're interested. For tech, we developed a Isletown business portal, which we don't have yet. So you have the IDEA website, you have the town website. But I say you make one similar to the Chamber of Commerce, Bayport Blue Point has it, where it shows a business how to get started in town on the website. How to do a business.
All the
plan,
steps, yeah.
Every single step, how to apply for funding, the taxes, what you need to do, permits, all in one-stop shop. And it gets them to register with us now. Now you want to know.
Yeah,
businesses.
so,
And then as an add-on to that, we do a mobile app that works geolocational. So if you're in the town of Iceland, you're looking for a parking spot, be able to pay for your parking and show you where the empty spots are on your phone. That'd be cool. And as you pass by restaurants, the ones that are registered will pop up. So, like that guy was talking about, using technology.
yeah, pretty crazy how they
Like you said,
use that
he knows-
geodata and
That's what I'm
stuff.
talking about. Let's do the geodata here. I've done it in places. San Diego, San Francisco has it. You're walking down the street, it's like, oh, today's special at this Maxwell's bar. Boom, it brings you in. We can definitely do that. So if you want to do that, if you want to get in on that one, we'll, you know, you guys are more like. It's kind of your thing, economic development, but the tech end of it is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, we need you to tell us what tech is capable of doing. Exactly what you're doing right now, you know?
Exactly to do that.
Yeah.
And then we need
Well,
them to give
Once
us the.
once the business portal is up and running, you now also have your university users, you have all the data.
You have the carrot, you
Yeah.
bring them in, and showing them and offering tax breaks and push notifications of what's available for you guys, that all can happen, because you now have a registered group of users that you collect their data from. And I'm sure that'd be attractive to the HIA and all these other places, in fact, they probably want that kind of data, you know, it's kind of handy, you expand it,
Why don't we sit down?
and flesh it out a little bit,
Yeah.
because that would be a nice sale, wouldn't it? And that'll make the supervisor look good.
Let me look at John's calendar too, because obviously I want him to be in it. But let's. Are you here tomorrow or no?
Yeah, I gotta eat more time, because I'm actually out of time now, I'm going overtime, but, I gotta get her to give me like 20 hours a week.
Does that breach the?
I don't know, there's gotta be a way to
Does that
do it.
pierce the cap?
Who the hell knows, there's gotta be a way, right? I see everybody else doing it.
Saminsky's here all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Mike was asking,
When are you back? Next week?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Is that the guy from
Oh,
that cartoon?
Big eyeball.
Yep. I was actually saw that. Was it Universal? I guess it was somewhere.
Pixar, one of those, right?
Yeah, I think it was Universal Studios where we went to like a screening of that. And that
Hilarious.
guy, when you just said that name, that like that's my memory of that thing. And I'm like, Mike, ooh.
Like who's
I'm like, what is this thing? And I'm like, this is really good.
He's like, oh my God. Funny, right?
Doug's got a lot of ideas for us.
Make it happen, Doug.
With a tech twist.
No, we gotta flush it out.
But it's all designed to promote and, everybody looks good kind of thing, no negatives. Except the tech.
Well, I like the business portal concept.
Yeah, you don't have that, right? That's a needed thing. And I found a good, Stony Brook University has a good model for it. So I grabbed that information. But none of the towns have it. The county tried it, but I left, so.
Mm-hmm.
Tough on that.
I made the mistake of stopping at the foreign trade zone office.
Where is that office, by the way?
It's in the foreign trade zone, right at the
Kidding?
right at the entrance at Vets Highway. It's
So
like
you
the
make a
first.
quick right?
As soon as you come in the gates.
Doug, I think you drove right past it
I
on the
must
way
have.
out because I was behind you.
Oh, you guys went through the trade zone on the way out?
Yeah, I followed him.
It was the only way out, right? It was
No, we could
when
have
you sit
gone
at
out
that
and then
light-
around.
When you sit at that light, right to that left is that is a smart way to go out of that parking lot.
And then you went straight at the light, and I
Yeah,
took the
that's
left.
the way I go too. I go straight at that light.
Where did
Because it goes down and then you're on,
like Sycamore or something?
I can't remember the name, no, but you come out at Sartorius onto Johnson.
I think you're on mute.
Speak.
Hello. No,
That's quite
all right, let's wrap this thing up.
All right, go ahead.
Did you take them off mute? Okay, we're back at the public hearing for Venture One Acquisitions. There are no participants at this time, so what I'm going to do is close the public hearing and sign off. Thank you very much.